National Colored Congress. I'm also part of the youth league structure that is there. It was established. Currently, we are working in and around the Cape Flats and within the Western Cape. So I was asked to speak. So basically, I actually want to speak to the young people, if that's okay with you. I do have a message for you. That the spirit of 1994 is back. You know, the spirit of fighting for freedom, because I believe that we are not entirely free. You know, I say it to young people a lot, is that, you know, when apartheid was still in full effect, our elderly people, which is now grandmothers and our mothers, they were young at the time. They were running the streets. As ek so luister na die stories wat my ouma me vertel, I create so goosebumps because it's like, why wasn't I there, you know? But anyhow, I feel like we are still living, you know, in times where we need to be free, where we need to be set free from the slavery, because we see it happening in and around us. I want to inform everyone that is here that the National Colored Congress is not a racist party like they say.
No, it's not.
Some. The National Colored Congress was formed to reach a point of equality, something that we don't find. Because at the moment, wherever we go, we are being marginalized.
Absolutely.
You know, I think it was a week ago no? When ANC was here. Yes. On the Cape Flats, they were in Hanover Park.
Yes.
Mind my cap, guys, when I'm actually not feeling so well. So they were in Hanover Park and they deliberately excluded the National Colored Congress.
Yeah,
you know, and when we got the opportunity to speak from the floor, I tell you guys,
they stopped you.
They stopped us.
Yeah. They stopped you.
No. The funny thing is, I am that guy, just in case some of you are wondering, because I'm walking outside and people is like, oh, shit, man. Nee, as ek as my broer, hy lyk net soos my. Nee, dis dit. Hoe kan ek dit weer praat nie? But that's just a typical example, guys. They don't want the truth. They don't want the truth. The truth is that everything that is happening within our communities is orchestrated. Absolutely. Every single thing is planned. The drugs, the guns, the deliberate marginalization of keeping us out of jobs and study opportunities. Do you think it's just happening by the way?
No, it's not.
No, it's not, guys.
We know the truth.
It's not. It's happening because the system was set up to divide and rule. You'll find that many townships is designed in a manner in which we still had it in the apartheid era. Some of us know it as apartheid spatial planning. Right? It's still happening. There's one road that divides colored people and black people. There's two roads that divide us. But then, where is the most privileged and white settled? In the more affluent areas. So apartheid spatial planning is still here. And the plan is, give them so that they can fight them. That's the plan. That's the plan. Yes. Colored people, you're living here for long and you're waiting for houses. Now we come and we give people houses that's not actually been on the waiting list for years. Yeah. Do you understand that the term was changed from housing to human settlement? Yeah. Actually, I found it out recently, and it actually all made sense to me. I was like, oh my word, it actually is. Because remember, human settlement, they can provide you any settlement. That's why they can put up shacks wherever they want to. Yeah. They settle, you settle, they're settling a human. Yes. But if it's housing, then they are obligated to give you a house.
Absolutely.
So all these things, you know, it's all orchestrated. They play around with the words. They know how they use our own constitution against us at the end of the day. You know, but it's up to us to decide whether we are going to sit back and see this happening, or we're going to stand up and fight back and resist. Because if we fight back, then they call us gangsters. Believe me, they're already saying NCC is like a gangster party. Yeah. No, they're not. We're speaking the way our people understand us. Ons praat soos ons mense vir ons verstaan.
Correct.
Hulle sê mos enige tyd mami sê in die huis in, as hulle vloek vir die kinders, ja, is die enigste taal wat hulle verstaan. So the way we speak is the language that our people understand us. You know, and we're trying to get our people to come together, because there's a saying that goes that colored people can't stand together. And now we are showing them, you know, our party is so inclusive that we have a PBC here. Mr. Colbessa calls himself a proudly Boere colored. And we do have have our African brothers and sisters that's also with us, that also understand our fight. And that is also saying, guys, but you know what? This is actually true. And sometimes they call Nazmi a Pakistani. He settles for that, you know. So we are quite diverse party, you know, we're inclusive. But just in a nutshell, I want to say to our elderly people, you know, sometimes I want to say sorry, and sometimes I want to say like, because, you know, we as young people, we failed you guys so much. But then I can say that our leaders in the past has also failed us as young people.
Absolutely.
You know, because nothing was put in place for us. I tell you what, majority of us grew up with grandmothers, we grew up in broken homes. There's no counseling for us. There's no social workers for us. There's no solutions to the problem that the youth face in our communities. Yet many of them are claiming that we are speaking on behalf of the generation, of the youth, of the next generation. But they're not listening to the youth, and that is initially the message that I brought across to them, that you want to solve problems of our young people, but you're not giving them the opportunity to voice their solutions and their problems. Many of us face a lot of social ills, guys. You think gangsterism is a problem? Where does gangsterism come from? There's a root cause to it. There's social ills that we are fighting. There's so much that we are fighting because as young men here, sitting here, believe me guys, each one of them want to bring something out to mommy. Even though it don't look like that. They really do want to bring something out to mommy. Are they being given an opportunity to do that? No, they're not. They're not. Because they are deliberately just excluded and thrown one side. They are labeled as gangsters, as thugs, as druggies. And we have to deal with that. We meet a girl and we want to, you know, we want to impress a girl sometimes. Can we do that? So we're going to do anything to get something in our pockets so that we can take something home to mommy. Please, don't ever let your circumstances determine your future. Don't ever let anything, your situation at home, in your community, determine where you can end up one day. You know, I've seen people that literally had nothing. I'm talking about nothing, and they made something of their life. You know, so we shouldn't allow excuses or any obstacles, you know, to determine, you know, our future and where we can end up one day. We literally have the right to decide where we want to be, you know, and it's important for us to surround ourselves with people that can positively impact us, you know, and also at the same time become the heroes that we want to see in our communities, man. You know, because that's what I decided. You know, I'm not gonna wait on anyone, a white superhero, whoever to come from. You know, I'm gonna become the change that I want to see in my community. And I think that's the first step, you know, to bettering yourself, you know, and wanting to change your situation and the people's situation in your community. I come from a very small community, Delft. Faced with many challenges, very diverse, colored, black people living amongst. We lived in peace and harmony. I moved out of Delft to Mitchell's Plain, and I can tell you what, I was here a couple of days ago. I was not in the state that I left it, you know, but it's not for me to decide either. But I'm back in that community to see where I can help without making promises, just by speaking to the people that I grew up with. So, like I say guys, don't ever let your circumstances determine your future. And oh yeah, you can get a lot of tips from the elderly, eh? But anyway guys, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Have a blessed day. And thank you all for joining us tonight. You know, we appreciate it from our side.